Hey guys, Abby here. How are you guys doing? Today we are going to talk about ways to ask your partner for a threesome. Um, there are so many different approaches, of course, for any um, way to approach your partner about wanting to fulfill your fantasies. Um, but yeah, and of course, I'm only going to give you a few of them here. So if any of you have suggestions, make sure you leave them in the comments. Any suggestions that I personally haven't touched on throughout the video. And later on in the video, I'll tell you how hubby and I did that. Um, but I wanted to let you guys know, if you don't feel comfortable leaving your story or idea in a comment, you can always email me your story if you'd like, and let me know what happened and how it turned out, and I will read it right here on our channel. My email is haute.abby@gmail.com. um, so anyway, yeah, we're gonna get into it. uh, I had an email. Someone asked me, kind of a delicate way to approach the subject, anyway. Um, some people might think you have to do it delicately, but I had someone email me, quick and simple sentence: Abby, how do I get my girl to not look at me crazy when I ask her for another girl in the bedroom? Well, here are my tips on how to do just that. Number one, have a real talk. Timing really doesn't matter as much as it's open and honest about your fantasies and desires. And I will add to that a little bit. Make sure that, like, there are no distractions or anything. Your partner and you aren't doing something else. You're like really sitting down having a heart to heart. Number two, you can always talk about it during the devil's tango. Sometimes being aroused and opening up to pushing boundaries during this time can be helpful. You can also see your partner's reaction, see if it excites them, um, and it might be helpful with them being a little more on board to bringing your fantasy to life. Number three, are you both interested in a threesome? Talk about both of you having that experience together. The female, male, female, or the male, female, male version, and all the other letter combinations as well. But make sure you discuss with your partner whether you want it to be a one time thing or a regular adventure. And you do want to include, um, and another question is, do you want to include someone you know or someone new? Another good tip is to discuss your boundaries. Um, this can put your relationship in jeopardy, this situation. Um, and of course, you can't prepare for every scenario that may possibly happen during this encounter. Um, However, you can be sure to set boundaries, certain boundaries that are like a hard no for you and your partner, um, when you invite that third person into your bedroom. Um, then discuss how you want to find that third person, um, and invite them into your bedroom. Do you want someone, you know, a stranger? Do you want to look for people on apps? Do you want to be a friend of yours, um, that you know is into that sort of thing? Um, You know, where do your boundaries lie? Where are your interests? What do you, I mean, do you want to keep this between the two of you? Then inviting a stranger might be, or someone that doesn't know you in your circle of friends and family into that mix might be best for you. Um, or if you know a friend of yours is comfortable and does those things anyway, and you're comfortable with them, it might be a little easier on your nerves, um, to have someone you know, in that situation. But just be careful with that, because it could always possibly lead to jealousy. So you would need to make sure, you know, how you're going to feel, if you're going to feel a certain way before you invite someone you know. Um, Start out slowly, especially if your partner is a little hesitant. Chat with professional partners, do a meet and greet, go to meet and greet. Some groups have meet and greets. You can find people, again, I check out my video about um, dating apps and all that, swingers apps and stuff, you know, FetLife and Swinger Zone, Central, and I'm not going to get into them all. But anyway, there's plenty out there. Number six, number seven, discuss and agree on specific facts, do's and don'ts. Again, that's kind of what we said before about your hard nose. This is when you're going to want to do, like, specifically lay out your hard nose. Number eight, discuss safety, condoms, STD tests, safe words, physical issues or problems to consider, birth control, just to name a few. Number nine, be ready for difficult emotions and how you will handle them. Jealousy, insecurity, and possessiveness are biggies, along with possibly some others. But you want to be prepared and to discuss the potential to have them ahead of time to avoid the strain on your relationship later. I think this is important. This is kind of almost like a check yourself sort of thing. So, yeah. Number 10, resources. Discuss the different resources you have to search for the third person, whether it's online, clubs, hotel takeovers, and again, someone you know, the list goes on and on. How are you going to where are you going to pull your resources from? Or number 11, take a tango vacation. There are plenty of resorts out there that cater specifically to this lifestyle. And this is a good way to experience the fantasy with no long-term strings attached. Odds are you're probably not going to find someone that you know there. And really, with resorts like that, you don't necessarily even have to participate in anything. You can just kind of go, and I would suggest taking a step back here. I would suggest like going to a club or a hotel takeover, because you don't really have to participate in there too if you're just not feeling comfortable with it. And it's probably going to cost you a lot less money than going to a resort and taking a trip and making a trip of it. Unless you get into it and you find out, oh my God, this is so much fun. I love it. Let's go on a vacation like this. You know, although there's really no guarantee on the response you get from your partner, these are just a few ways for you to approach the topic and ways to discuss how to ease your way into it. again, I promised you guys I'd tell you my story. We were laying in bed talking, and hubby just said, "Hey," out of the blue, um, you know, do you have any fantasies that you haven't fulfilled yet? And mine was just that. It was a male, female, male threesome. And I wanted to try it just once. And he was on board. He was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So that kind of has got the ball rolling. And we've been having fun ever since. Um, I feel as though, again, the biggest and most important thing on the list is to be open and honest, not only with yourself, but with your partner about what it is you want so that there aren't any surprises, hurt feelings, and you both are on the same page. You have the same expectations. Um, if any of you out there have any additional tips or ideas about how to go about this, please put them in the comments or send me an email and I can make another video with everybody's tips in it. um, I love hearing from you guys. So with all that said, that's all I have for you today. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned a few things on how to ask your partner for a threesome. And until next time, everyone, love, hugs, and smoky kisses. Bye.